Well, we are back a lot earlier than I actually anticipated because we do have a top-of-the-table clash away at AFC Fylde. And if we're going to win the National League this season, we need to be catching them. Especially as recently we've had some very good form, although we have been grinding out those victories against Worthing, Halifax and Chelmsford, which was actually a win by 2 whole goals. I mean, I'll take it at this point. We just need to build consistency. Overall, it has been a good start to the season. I'm not counting this game, by the way, against Arsenal under 21s. It's in the National League Cup. No one cares. And that also extends to the fans because only 371 showed up at our ground for it. Carl Daly did score, which was very, very pleasing to see. And we got to see the debut of Amani Richards, who is a 22-year-old Jamaican winger, 3 stars of current ability, 5 stars of potential. I have to remind everyone of that, because he's been injured the whole season so far. The Arsenal game was the first time he was able to play, and that was actually against his old club as well. Just realised that. Interesting. But he did get an assist. He assisted Carl Daly's goal, which was very pleasing to see, and he ended up playing the whole match because I was literally trying to rest as many players as possible. We literally played Chelmsford on the 11th of September, which is literally 4 days ago. On the Monday, the 13th of September, we played Arsenal under 21s. And now it's the 15th of September and we play Fylde. So I had to rest the entire first team just to actually make sure that we're fit for the Fylde game. And we should be okay for this one. Currently, league table wise, we are up to second after that run of victories. 4 points behind Fylde, who have slipped up a little bit recently. But they're still in relatively good form and they're still looking very, very strong. Still very tight up in the top half. And speaking of top half, I just realised we faced a lot of these teams already. I mean, we've played Scarborough, we played Fylde today, we faced Scarborough, we've got Southend coming up soon, we've played Truro, Morecambe, Yeovil, Rochdale, Newport. We've had a tough start to the season. It makes it more understandable why the team hasn't exactly been all-conquering thus far. But hopefully, we'll see a all-conquering performance by us today. We're away against Fylde, so we'll see how that goes. Worcester is in goal. A back four of Lavigne, Doherty, Aweka and Ling. Shokumbi at the base of the midfield with Bauman and Williams. Actually, swap those two around. Williams and Bauman in central midfield ahead of Shokumbi. Brown on the left wing, Lambert on the right wing. Pitts is the man up front. Josh Pitts really hasn't been on fire. He hasn't scored since near the beginning of the season. And we haven't really got any of our strikers really firing in this 4-3-3. It's something that I'm going to have a look at if that doesn't change. Especially as Pitts, he can play deep line forward, which is what I have been going with up front. But he's not the best at it. Akinnerane is probably much better. Richards is on the bench as well, as is Swan. Akinnerane, do you know what? You can go in where the goalkeeper normally would be. Hopefully we won't need one famous last words. Oh, God. Regardless, though, we need a result against Fylde today. They are 4 points ahead of us. And quite frankly, we need to make sure they don't get too far out of sight. Again, promotion is the aim this season. That's my internal aim this season. The boards are just happy with top half. So are the fans. I want more. We've been to the playoffs last season. And now we need to make sure we take that next step. Otherwise, I'm going to be looking to take my next step. Speaking of which, though, I've completed my National C licence. So I'm now finally qualified. And Jack Lambert has put us 1-0 up within 1 minute. I'm literally just waxing lyrical about how I finally finished a coaching course. And my team's just going out and getting the job done. Brown cutting inside, turning defenders inside out. Finds Jack Lambert via a deflection and he fires it in 1-0. After 1 minute, excellent stuff. That's how we like to start matches. As I was saying, I'm finally qualified as a National C, which means my reputation has now gone from local to regional. 20 minutes gone, it is currently Fylde 0, Kings in Town 1. And by the looks of things, getting the shots in, XG is pretty decent at the moment. Possession's still not that good. We seem to be a team who gives up a lot of possession, but when we do get possession, we try and get forward as quickly as possible. Now, you'd think I would know that from my team instructions, but I've not exactly put them on heavily direct instructions. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, Zach Marsh has scored. I don't know if I mentioned it in the transfer window video. That was a player I was hoping to get in, and he went to Fylde instead. Oh, that would have been a difference maker of a signing. I mean, he barely knew anything about that goal, to be fair, but goodness me, that would have been a difference maker. If we got him, we probably wouldn't have got Josh Pitts. Pat's saying that, where's Pitts? Pitts is not having a good game at all. Goodness me, come on. Do something up front, Pitts. We kind of need it at the moment. I do prefer two strikers up front, but I also prefer having... Good save by Worcester. I do prefer having, as well, relevant numbers in the midfield. Because at the moment we've got these three and they are controlling things a little bit better there. Currently 1-1 at half time. Happy with your performance? Yeah, I mean... I prefer a win, but at the same time, against the league leaders, I would take a draw away from home as well. And Fylde are currently ahead on the on XG. They've since turned the game on its head, so we need to be doing something about that. So what can we do? What I am thinking, Lambert is tired because he did play on Monday. He came on as a sub, so Richards is going to go on. And is that his best of all? Or is he more of an inside forward? I want him to be a goal threat, to be fair. I think that's what he can be. So Richards is going to come on, and Sullivan will go on at right back. He'll be a right wing back. And anybody else? Okoye is still on there. Pratt. Do you know what? Pratt, you can go on for Doherty. It's not very often we've replaced Doherty, but it's good to have that third option. George Pratt has definitely been a solid backup option. He did score in the last league game as well against Chelmsford. Yeah, it was Chelmsford. And that was from a corner, so that was normally the role that Iweka would normally be playing, but he came on for Iweka and then he got a goal from it. So very, very positive to see that. As currently there's a lot of tired legs out there. In fact, Pitts is going to come off. Pitts will come off. Akinirain will go as the deep line forward. Pitts can't say he's not getting the chances. I think he's an important player or star player. I can't remember which one. But he can't say he's not getting the chances. But right now, what we're having to do, Akinirain drops in as that deep line forward. Brown and Richards will both be the inside forwards. As I'll tell you what, Brown, he's having a good game, but he's very, very tired. My goodness, right. Okoye will go on. He's going to go on that left-hand side. And let's see what we can create from it. Decides to bring us back for this top of the table clash, obviously because we need to make sure we're still within touch and distance of Fylde. But what I'm going to do for the second half of this episode, I'm still going to play through a bunch of games, and we'll come back for a game that I feel is quite relevant for where we are in the league at the time. And a 1-1 draw means that we are still 4 points behind Fylde. We proved a lot of people wrong in avoiding defeat out there. No one really believes in us, do they? I believe in us. Kings Lynn lucky to draw. True, but at the same time, I will absolutely take it. We do have Southend coming up soon. We also have York coming up in about a month. So chances are I'll probably bring us back for one of those games. But it's stupid tight at the top there. From us in second down to Yeovil in ninth, we're separated by 5 points and we're a quarter of the way through the season. This could be one of those seasons. Goodness me, this league makes my head hurt. We have played a bunch of matches since the Fylde game earlier on in the episode, and that includes a 6-3 victory against Warrington in the FA Cup 4th round. So we are into the first round, where we will take on fellow National League side South Shields. Again, would have been nice to have a League One team, but it is what it is. I think the longer we're at this level, the more cup runs won't make a difference. We're still going to lose money because, well, we're already back in debt. We need to get promoted, or I need to be looking for another job. Preferably we'll get promoted, because then that will boost my reputation by getting a club into the Football League. But this run of form in the league means we were briefly top of the league but we are now sitting in third, albeit with a game in hand because of a waterlogged pitch. Interestingly, Fylde are not top of the league. They're still ahead of us, but Yeovil Town have come from absolutely nowhere and are now top of the league. Don't know how, but it's a four-way tie, but not tie. It's a four-way tussle at the top of the league right now. And the team we're playing today, York, are literally 2 points behind us, also with a game in hand, just like us. So it's down to us to go and actually get a victory away at York. It's another away game, which means it's going to be very, very tough. So the 11 we're going to be sending out, by the way, before I say that, we have gone back to the 4-2-4. We've performed much, much better. We're also scoring more goals because 2 strikers is just so much better for the way I play football. So we've had to sacrifice it in the middle a little bit. Worcester is in goal, a back four of Lavigne, Doherty, Aweka and Ling, Williams and Bauman at the base of the midfield. In fact, Williams is happy again, isn't he? So I need to offer him a contract. Yes, he's going to be offered a contract. It will be a regular starter. Yep, that's fine. And we'll just get rid of that. £1,200. Good God. What do you think this is? I'll tell you what, 1,000. Yeah, that's fine. We can afford that. £1,000. Very, very happy. He doesn't look spectacular, but he is a very good player in this team. So I want that to be recognised with his contributions. Lambert and Richards are on the wings. Richards has been scoring almost a goal a game. The guy is just insane. I absolutely love him. 4 goals, 1 assist in 8 appearances in the league. Yeah, he's really, really good. I'm so glad that we got him. Leading National League, potential to be League 1. It's just a shame he was injured at the very start of the season, but he's now come in and got that match fitness. Akinirain and Swan are the 2 men up front. Akinirain has finally started scoring again. Thank goodness. Swan is also bedding in after coming in on loan from Crewe. He's been scoring a few goals recently, including a hat-trick against Warrington in the FA Cup, which will hopefully help his confidence. By the way, I've been on Tactical View just to see how we do in the 4-2-4, but I'll go back to broadcast for this. It's much better when I'm doing YouTube videos, to be fair. But our 2 strikers have been scoring. Josh Pitt, he's been on international duty with Malta. I have no idea if he's been scoring. We don't get any updates when it comes to international games. Oh my God! Akineme nearly scored on the half volley, but it has gone over. So I need to see if Pitt's actually scored for Malta, because he came back and scored 2 against Warrington. Again, that was in the FA Cup, but at the end of the day, goals for strikers, regardless of what game it is in, it's always going to do them so much good in terms of confidence. Bauman plays it into Richards, who scoops it over the bar. That's 2 very good opportunities inside the first 11 minutes. Could have done with scoring at least one of them, but it is what it is. Here's hoping we get some more opportunities. Lambert takes it down well. Over to Akinirain on the left-hand side. Ball is pinging around everywhere. Lavigne, Williams, Aweka. Over to the right-hand side. Ling, who's in for the suspended Sullivan. Swan, he's not a great passer of the ball, is Swan. Oh my God. Aweka just took a tumble, and it looks like it is a free kick. Williams, who should be signing that new contract, plays the ball in, and there is Swan into Doherty, and I think that is offside. I was looking at the referee and I could just see him putting the whistle to his lips. It was a nice knock on by Swan, but Doherty, who somehow was the furthest man forward, by the way, inexplicably, was just offside. He just timed his run very, very poorly there, but he's not a striker, he's a defender. I wouldn't expect him to be able to time his runs. Right, so we need to get the ball off of York here, and we do. It's just pinging around everywhere. That's offside, surely, ref. Oh, it counts. Of course it does. I thought he was offside there. Let's have a look. Oh, no. Aweka played him on. Come on, boys. That's not what we want to be doing right now. In some good personal news, I have been awarded a new contract by the boards. They're clearly very, very happy with what we're doing here at the moment. Obviously, again, they're only expecting us to finish in the top half. But I'm still looking for promotion. It's not looking too great right now, especially playing against the top sides. Oh my God, can you please clear it? Good save by Worcester, who had to claw that away from the goal line. We are not looking comfortable all of a sudden. We were looking very good at the start of the match, and now York just taking full control, and that's probably why. Because they've got bodies in the middle. Right, Ling, you are going to be a inside wing back. That's normally a role that Sullivan would play, but he's not available. So it is what it is. Richards is going to have to stay out wide on the right-hand side just to give us some width. And obviously we've got Swan, who will drop in as a deep line forward, but we're going to need him to really help out in the middle now while letting Kinnerane just get ahead. Lambert, poor corner. Bauman. The long shot. Hang on, the long shot's even off. Let's have a look. Shots from distance, discouraged. So why are we playing long shots? What's the point of the instructions if the players just do not bother to actually listen to them? Show me something else in the second half. I agree. Show me something else. Lavinia has picked up a knock. And we do have Burko actually on the bench. I think this is going to be the first time you're seeing him in an episode, ever. So Burko is going to come on. And Shokumbi will come on for Bauman. He'll go in as a defensive midfielder. Truman would have gone there, but he's injured for a few days, so he's actually out of this match. And I honestly don't know what else to do. We can beat a lot of the sides in this league, but against the top sides, well, we're pretty shocking. That's the only way really to describe it. Tempo-wise, just lower it down a bit, because it's clear that we're not taking our time with it. Low crosses are on, that's fine. Fullbacks, supporting runs, balanced, that's fine. Left, right, both flanks. You know what, both flanks, screw it. Play through, because if we go over, if we play the ball over, it just won't work. Even if we're lumping it up to Swan, as it just feels like York are containing us. What else can we actually do here? Can anyone play attacking midfield? Carl Daly can, Midelmas can, but I want to keep Richards out there. Lambert is just having a poor game. Well, then so is Richards. Richards is having a poor game. You know what, Midelmas, you can go there. And just stay there out of possession, that's fine. So what can you be? Can you be like a second striker? That would be really, really handy. You're better as an attacking midfielder. Alright, I'll tell you what. Stay as an attacking midfielder. Let's see how that goes. Let's try and confuse. Oh god, I've just realised. Ling better stay as a wing back then. Because otherwise we're not going to have anybody on the right hand side. I just realised that. Come on, boy. Why are we not getting any highlights? We're literally trying to push up as much as possible. Let's have a look. Mid block. Has to be standards. Line now. How are we not getting any highlights? I do truly hate that about this game. Pratt is off. Oh, sorry, Pratt's coming on for Iweka. In fact, it's Doherty who's having a poor game, so no, Iweka can stay on, Doherty can come off, Pratt can go on. Pitts, you can go on for Kinnerane. We blow hot and cold. We can beat most sides except the really top sides in this division, which is not really good for what we hope will be a promotion season. How are we not getting any highlights? Come on, this is rubbish. Is that an entire half without... I'm livid. I can't go too hard on the boys because we're supposed to finish, what, top half? And we're down to 4th. I don't know what else to do. We clearly haven't got the players, and anyone who can improve our squad won't come to us because we're not high enough reputation. I'm starting to think promotion's not really going to be happening at this point. Not unless it comes to a miraculous playoff victory. I'm not that good at playoffs, by the way, as we saw last season. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of the season that is upcoming. I'm going to get a bunch of games done before I come back for the next episode. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support on the series so far, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.